When we talk about parenting, we talk about mothers. But when we talk about fathers, we talk about a responsibility, not emotional reality. This November, we are asking a different question. Who is taking care of the men who take care of everyone else? Hello, and welcome to our Movember special podcast series, Beyond the Mustache, an initiative by Voice of Healthcare. I am your host, Mayank Badhwar, and today we are diving into an often overlooked but extremely important conversation: why fathers need support too. Movember is not just about mustaches, it's about raising awareness for men's physical and mental health. One of the most silent battles men face is during pregnancy, childbirth, and early parenthood, a phase where they are rarely acknowledged emotionally. To guide us through this crucial discussion, we have with us Dr. Sundarnag Ganjekar, MD, Professor of Psychiatry, Department of Psychiatry, National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences. Dr. Sundarnag, it's an honor to have you with us today.
Thank you, Mayank, no, to being a part of this Voice for Healthcare.
Yes, sir. So, sir, we talk a lot about a mother's mental health during pregnancy and early parenthood, but almost never about the fathers. Why do you think men's emotional struggles during these phases remains invisible?
Okay, Mayank, if we look at this question, there are many powerful reasons why fathers' emotional struggle during pregnancy and early parenthood often go unnoticed or unaddressed. The visibility is not because men don't struggle, but because the system around them are not designed to, to see it. So there are, there are many reasons for that. Say the first reason is the gender norms, which is deep rooted in our culture. The so the if a man shows his emotional vulnerability, society see them as an unmanly, and men are socialized to provide, protect, and stay strong, especially when their partners are pregnant or they are caring for the babies. Many men interpret the expression of distress as a personal failure. No, I have failed somewhere down the line, no, rather than a kind of a legitimate health concerns. The second reason is the whole the spotlight is on the mother. The health system, I would say rightly prioritize mother's physical and mental health, because the pregnancy as well as the postpartum is a biological risk that leads that leads women to vulnerable for mental health concerns. A few years back, that was the obstetricians were not aware of that, but over a period of time, as there is a research going on in this area, so it is postpartum depression, antenatal anxiety, the child care burden are recognized in the obstetric fields as well. Okay, the moreover, the in say in any antenatal care visit you go in a government sector, all fathers are outside. Only women are allowed inside the hospital, especially in the obstetric or immunization center. Fathers, they stay away from that. The third reason is, there is a mismatch between the language and the awareness. Say, for example, um, men often express their distress, in terms of either behavioral problems, or it can be in terms of physical. So, say for example, they become more angry, they isolate from the situation, or they go for substance use, take a lot of alcohol, nicotine use, and apart from that, they also experience work pressure, sleep related problems. rather than describing these problem legitimately as anxiety problems or depression problem or burnout problem. So this mismatch in terms of what they express and what actually they have. So it even as a clinicians, we unable, or the clinicians or the obstetrician unable to recognize that. uh, the the one more reason is that there is a the invisibility in the healthcare about the father's mental health. See, there are very less research or the diagnostic framework or public health programs which focuses largely on father's mental health. The whole focus is on maternal mental health rather than paternal mental health. Even though the recent studies, say for example, even we conducted a study in rural population of urban and rural population of Kolar. What we found is almost like 12% of the fathers experience postpartum depression. If you look at worldwide, the prevalence is around 8 to 10% of men experience depressive symptoms during postpartum period. Um, there is a structural invisibility within the healthcare. The third is the their identity or the work related pressure what they have. Many men face increased financial pressure during pregnancy and early parenthood, especially in cultures where men are seen as a primary earning member, or they are the treasurers of the family.
Yes.
So returning to work immediately after childbirth, uh, you know say it may reduce their opportunity to earn money. So they may not be able to connect with their child. uh, the one more reason which I could see, that the fathers are not being involved in the early child care. No, they are kept out. Say even in many cultural, no, in India, the cultural system is that women goes to the delivery to their parents' house. So and they stay there for 3 months or 6 months. Many parents keep their daughters for during the postpartum period almost for 9 months. So
Yes.
the fathers are not being involved in this one. So fathers do struggle, they experience during this time. um, and the many men, they also see that uh, what the problems they are going through is not a major problem. No, what mothers are going through is a major problem, and they tend to hide their the distress which they have. So and they suppress their needs. So and rather than adding to the more say stress on the mothers. So why the father's mental health matters is uh, uh, these factors which I just told now, they put kind of fathers not to express their emotions. Okay,
Okay.
so they may future, they may find it difficult to be bond with the child, or it may lead to strain on the couple relationship. And so and it tend to go for the men to use other coping mechanism, especially the substance use, as the major kind of coping mechanism in this population. Uh, and overall what happens is they may not be able to support the mothers, or the partners, during this the vulnerable time of pregnancy and the postpartum.
So, sir, how does the emotional separation in men affect their role as partners and fathers?
uh, See, the emotional suppression, say it is a very demanding period, especially the pregnancy and the postpartum. They want say uh, you, you know uh, you more to be flexible, you need to be more expressive. If they suppress their emotions more during this time, then the what tend to happen is they may not be able to connect with the family or the partner, okay, when they suppress emotions. And the partners may indirectly feel that they are not supporting them, but actually it is not that they are not caring for the family. They are caring for the family but unable to express their emotions. So what happens is, when there is a lack of communication in terms of the emotional communication between the partners, so they may feel that they both of them are unsupported to each other, and that itself leads to say a lot of family clashes. And say any resolution of say the issues between the couples requires some kind of communication in terms of their emotions, in terms of their thinking. If that is not happening, the there is no resolution of the conflict between the couple. So that again,
Okay.
it's like a, vicious cycle that leads to unsupported, being seen as a very unsupported partner. And the that affects the whole the bond which a father establishes with the partner as well as the child. And the child also, as the child grows, it usually kind of imitates the we usually learn by imitation. So that the child also learns this imitation, so it affects the child's growth also ultimately.
Okay. So many new fathers silently struggle with anxiety, financial pressure, sleep disturbance, and lifestyle changes. Is paternal depression a real and under discussed issue?
Yeah, see, the uh, issue of say paternal depression or no paternal anxiety is very undiscussed uh, issue, I would say for example, the if we look at the global prevalence of postpartum depression in fathers is almost 8 to 10%. And even in India, when we from the NIMHANS team which conducted in the urban as well as rural Kolar, what we found as around 12.4% of the fathers have a depressive symptoms. And also I have come across some studies which have looked at anxiety symptoms in the partner, during pregnancy, especially the anxiety, especially in the new parents. No, the anxiety is very common. So the anxiety in women was around 85%, and in their partner, that is a father who go to be father, is around 75%. So say it's like though the presence of anxiety or the depression in the mother increases the chances of the father also experiencing mental health problem also increases.
Okay.
So uh, you know the the paternal postpartum depression is a kind of a real condition, and usually it is very under discussed issue. Say the the main reason is during perinatal care the focus is on almost only on the mothers. So the what men struggle in are they are not recognized, or the expression is also a kind of a different, they express as a irritation or isolation, going away from the situation, or anger, or as I told, the substance use also a kind of a major issue. And they are not seen as the sadness or sad mood, but rather as behavioral problems. Say for example, he is getting angry easily, he is irritable easily, and no, he uses substances. So there is a kind of mismatch which happens between how, say, the expression as well as what we see in the fathers. Okay. And as you said that no, there is a lot of pressure for the fathers to be an earning member, and
Yes.
the health system also does not focuses on father. No, they are seen as a supporter, not as an individual person who has his own emotions. So you know and as you said that the financial pressure, the sleep deprivation, which not
Yes.
only the mother experiences, also the fathers also go through the same thing. And the kind of shift which happens in their dynamics, from the man to a father, that dynamic changes. So all these things kind of contributes. And now this is the paternal postpartum depression is considered to be a kind of a real condition which fathers experience during the postpartum period.
Okay, so sir, as from your experience, what are the biggest psychological changes men faces when transitioning into a fatherhood?
Okay, so see the men's transition to fatherhood, is one of the most significant, a kind of a psychological shift they ever experience. Uh, so the based on the research and clinical insight pattern across the culture, these are the biggest psychological challenges men face in this in this transition. Say for example, um, see there is a shift in the identity, and from the I would say there is a loss of the old self in men. Okay, many feel that they must suddenly become more responsible, and they must be stable. They must be mature. Um, they often experience quite grief from the loss of freedom what they had, or the personal time. Now they need to provide the time to the child, to the partner. uh, this identity shift can feel a kind of a disorientation, especially if they don't have a male role model who navigated it a kind of openly. So for men there is also a pressure to provide the you know the support, as well as to protect the family. So and moreover, the societal norm is to suppress your emotion and to be strong. So they hide their stress to avoid burdening on their partner. They think vulnerability makes them less dependable. This leads to some kind of emotional isolation, irritation, as well as burnout. Um, so, you know, and there is a kind of, the relationship. Say, for example, once they were couple, now they are, parents. So
Parents.
it also leads to a kind of less time together with the partner. No, and it's not only the child in their life causes sleep deprivation in the mother, but also in the father when the child gets up in the night. Okay, so
Yes.
there is a tension around kind of responsibility what the father has to take care. And not only that, no, there is some amount of the physical intimacy between the partner reduces. And now he also perceives that he has been placed in a second place. No, the child comes the first place. So these are all the reasons. Say no, that a kind of leads to a psychological challenges, especially during this transition period in men.
Yes. So, sir, do societal expectations like men must always be strong uh, harm men during critical life phases like marriage, pregnancy, or parenthood?
Absolutely, Mayank. No societal expectation that no men must always be strong, unemotional, and self-sufficient can deeply harm men. Okay, especially during this transition phases of marriage or pregnancy or parenthood, these phases, actually these phases demands uh, uh, you know the, the emotional presence, communication. There should be flexibility, vulnerability. They all put uh, you know uh, the a kind of men into a kind of a trouble. Uh, say some they prevent, these phases prevent men from expressing normal anxieties. Say during marriage or pregnancy or new parenthood. no the societal expectation is they should not feel scared, they should not show their stress. And so everybody is, the mother, the child, the whole family is depending on the men, and the men cannot break down. So and so this the strong men script, no uh, makes them to deal with problem alone, avoid asking for help. So say any emotional fatigue they experience during, they tend to hide, uh, you know in the notion that they have to be strong. And if there is any failure, they that is seen as a kind of a weakness or incompetency in him, or inadequacy to provide provider as a, as a support. So these things can create some kind of disturbance in men. um, so so um, in say in summary, I would like to say that that expectation that men must always be strong can deeply harm that deeply harm the father. uh,
Yes. Yes, sir. So, how can India improve awareness and access to mental health support specifically for fathers and male caregivers?
Okay, so I think this is a very good question, Mayank. So, how say the kind of a systemic changes, that needs to be brought, if we want to really brings fathers mental health. Say the father should be a part of antenatal care as well as the postnatal care in the system. So no, in the hospital, when the mothers are seen by the obstetrician, no, she or he, the whoever is obstetrician, should must talk to father also, address his anxieties. So say for example, we have a lot of mental health questionnaire, uh, to assess maternal mental health during pregnancy and postpartum. Okay, so the when very well known such scale is Edinburgh Postnatal Depression Scale, as shortly called as EPDS. So most of the studies which have which have looked at the paternal depression, they have the same scale in the father. So
Okay.
and assess the what are the prevalence of say especially the depression in the fathers. So now the healthcare should be able to integrate fathers in antenatal and postnatal care. Okay, so there should be a kind of a small modules for fathers. How can they be a part of their parenthood? Um, uh, at large, we need some kind of uh, a campaign to destigmatize men's
Well,
emotional health. Yeah. Uh, so there is a say in Hindi that no मर्द को दर्द नहीं होता है. So it's not true. हमको भी दर्द होता है. सब सबकी तरफ हम भी ह्यूमन बीइंग है. So
yes.
the uh, so even fathers undergo emotional challenges, and they are not abnormal. They are not make father weak or incompetent. They These are all normal emotional reactions which fathers undergo. Okay.
Yes, sir.
um, okay, and maybe some kind of the campaign like what you people are having needs to be done at the national level, and
Yes.
even at the workplace, say for example, even say in central governments, there is a paternal leave, paternity leave. So as a new father, you can take 1 week off, right? so
Yes.
uh, so it's a good initiative. It helps the fathers to connect with the partner, connect with the child. uh, okay, so as well as, see, even in the community there should be spaces for fathers. We
Yes.
should ensure that, say, in say ashas, ANMs, they meet the new mothers, in Anganwadi. They should also include fathers in their group.
Yes, as well.
No,
Yes.
not just the mothers.
Mm.
The if you involve fathers in their group, that may help them. No, that may, not only the partner will feel supported, men also feel that no, they are the part of this major transition in their life. So the so-called health workers, no, ashas, ANMs, Anganwadi workers, they should include fathers as a part of the antenatal and postnatal care. So uh, say apart from that, the telemanus, which is the countrywide number any father can call if they are in distress. They are not specifically designated for men, but it is for anyone who can provide a call. um,
Okay.
See, there are many parenting programs for the mothers. So the involving the fathers in these parenting programs, say for example, see the Anganwadi, you know the these are all, it is there in the urban areas, but sorry, rural areas mainly, as well as in the urban area. But the especially the new mothers, in the private sector, what we have is the mothers parenting programs. So involving the father in these program, also helps the fathers, to express their emotions in these, and they feel that they are also part of this, the parenthood, the whole parenthood. Mm, See, there is one more thing what we call as gender transformative intervention. So, in when the our the culture is so what we call the male centered. Say if men are also part of the child care, along with women. I'm not saying that no, only men, but along with women. Then women are also felt supported. Men also felt they are contributing to the parenthood. So you know see, these are all small changes which we bring from the community, to at the healthcare level. Then the as it, as we are giving more importance to the father's mental health also in this transition period.
Okay, sir. I'll move on to our next segment, which is the rapid fire round. I'll ask
Okay.
short questions and would request you to answer in a short way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, sir, one emotion men struggles the most to express.
I think it is the anxiety. The men doesn't express anxiety, so they struggle a lot. So it expresses as many other emotions like anger, irritation, isolation. But anxiety is the one which men find it difficult to express.
Okay. So, one myth about men's mental health you wish would disappear.
Uh, Men are less emotional. They are as emotional as any other individual on this earth.
Okay. The first thing a new father should do for his mental well-being.
Um, Talk to someone, so rather than keeping stress to oneself or going for other methods, being angry, getting isolated from the situation, but talk to someone whom he believes, can to whom he can believe that he can share his feelings.
Okay. So the best advice you have ever given to a father.
Mm, be yourself. Okay, so uh, say don't suppress your emotion, you know express your emotion, either in uh, along with your friends or the family whom you believe that you can express freely, without any filter.
Okay. So thank you so much, Dr. Sundarnag, for this insightful and much needed conversation.
Thank you, Mayank. Thank you so much.
To every father listening, your emotions matter, your struggles are valid, and seeking help is not a sign of weakness but of wisdom. This November, let's redefine what strength means. Let's support the men who support everyone else. I am Mayank, and this was Beyond the Mustache by Voice of Healthcare. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Dr. Sundarnam.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.